Has TY played his last tournament ever? Is Europe stronger than Korea? And what players are we paying attention to this new season of the ESL Pro Tour? All of these questions will be answered. This is StarCraft 2 Today, and I'm your host, Kevin de Koning. Last Monday, the GSL Code S round of 16 kicked off with Group A, by many people considered to be one of the weaker groups. Yet, TY still lost and went out in last place, losing both of his matches to DRG and Bunny. And knowing that he needs to go into military service, this is now the rumor flying around is that perhaps this was the last tournament that we will see TY in, at least before his military service. But of course, we do not know what his path afterwards is going to be. So we'll keep you updated once new information there comes in. But it seems like a very sad ending for the extremely dominant Terran in the past few years. Last Monday also was the official start of the ESL Pro Tour season, with the EPT Cups once again giving out those valuable EPT points. We saw in Europe Clem dominating the competition, which means that now in the last 6 weeks he won 5 of the cups, and he also gets his first 10 points of the year on the board, which is very, very helpful in the process of qualifying for Katowice. In Korea, we saw Zest take it against Sparring 3-1. And in America, something special happened. We saw 2 European Protosses actually make it into the final. We saw MaxPax beat out Gerald in the finals, but also Zest 3-0 in the semifinal. And that raises the question, perhaps Europe a little bit stronger than Korea? As MaxPax, I don't even think, try to play in the European Cup. We see a lot of the European players actually skip the EU Cup and then play into the later NA Cup, because the competition there is a bit easier, only needing to beat out 1 or 2 good players to get in the money or even into the EPT points. Now, everyone knows how money works. You get it and you can pay things with it. But how do EPT points actually work? I'm gonna break it down for you in the EPT standing breakdown. In the ESL Pro Tour system, we have 7 regions, which all have their own regional standing. At the end of the year, the players that are on eligible spots will be able to qualify for the StarCraft 2 World Championship held in Katowice. Now, if we take a look at Korea, for example, they have their own closed-off system with the 3 GSL seasons, 2 super tournaments that give points, and on top of that, the summer, the winter, and the fall global finals, which they will be playing against all the other regions as well. But they're kind of closed off with the GSL and the GSL super tournaments. Then, if we look at Europe, for example, which has a similar structure as the other 6 regions, or the other 5 regions as well, we see DreamHack Summer, Fall, Winter, a Last Chance, and then also those global tournaments where they will be facing off with the Koreans to see who truly is the best player in the world. All of these tournaments will give points, and they will make you rise or fall in the standing. At the end of the year, we see these green spots. In Europe, it is 7. In Korea, it is 15. And every region, depending on the skill level in that region, has a certain amount of spots to divide. At the end of the year, the people that are at the eligible spots will be sent out to Katowice to represent their region. Weeklies obviously also help, even though the weeklies don't give a lot of points. Every single weekly you win is 10 points after all. So if you win every single weekly, you get 500 points, which in most regions is at least going to be enough to give you one of the lower spots. So this is why a lot of the attention is on the weeklies every single week here in StarCraft 2 Today. Moving on, in this week's Zoom In, we're taking a quick look at Gongfu Banda. 22-year-old Protoss player from Germany playing for Team Cascade, managed to get 2nd place in the last 2 weeks of the EPT Cup, both times losing to Clem, which, let's be real, there's no shame there, as Clem is absolutely fantastic. But Gongfu Banda is showing a lot of promise this season, and I'm not gonna pretend like he's at the same level as a Rainer, as a Serral, or as a Clem, but perhaps he can finally find that connection with people like Showtime and Hero Marine, and where he truly becomes a contender for one of those 7 spots in Europe for the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. Gongfu Banda's been a veteran of the scene, it almost feels like. I think it's been around since 2014, 2015, where he participated in some of the WCSs back in the day. But nowadays it seems like his level is getting higher and higher, even though he also works full time. Fantastic Protoss player from beautiful Germany. For this week's Game of the Week, we have on Oxide Kelazur versus Cure. This week's World Team League between Team Liquid and Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Kelazur starting off pretty strong in the game, even having some opportunities to straight up end it with a tank push. Perhaps just not sieging quite fast enough. Afterwards, he somehow manages to force a semi-base trade into another semi-base trade, into another semi-base trade, into one of the weirdest endings of a TVT game that I've seen in a very, very long time, where neither player really knew what type of position they were in and just hoping that they might be ahead or might not be. Definitely something that is recommended there, that game on Oxide. For the upcoming week, we have 3 more match days for the World Team League on Friday, Saturday, on Sunday. We have 2 groups, Group B and C, with some fantastic players in the GSL. And as always, we have 3 EPT Cups on the Monday with the Asian, the European and the American Cup. If you're not sure when they are exactly, be sure to check out the TL.net calendar, as it will give you a lot of information and allows you to see what players are playing and when. Then to finish off, as always, we have a clip of the week. This one's a little older, but doesn't make it any less funny. We have a game in which Future forgets a little bit of his army back home. Enjoy.
Super Battery helping a big Zealot Warpin. The probe should attack here. But Future, the supply is done. There's 6 army supply for Drogo right now.
It is unbelievable. I mean, it feels like it's just a couple of Marines, a Viking, and a Marauder and a Gulls, but yes.
Look at his main. He's F2ing his army with Stim.
Future, you absolute shameless man.
They were there for so long.
Drogo doesn't even know how bad it really was. Oh.
If you think you have a clip that is better, funnier, or higher level than that last one, be sure to send it in to Harstem's email at gmail.com. We'll have a look at it and we'll decide what the best clip of the week is based on those emails. Now, thanks everyone for watching to this week's episode of StarCraft 2 Today. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash the like button, hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to do this bad boy as well. That's all the same thing, and that's completely fine. Bye bye.